What's up? I'm Patrick and welcome to ISW Reacts. Today I'm reacting to Hua Chenyu, Quasimodo's Gift. This was requested anonymously over on my Buy Me a Coffee page. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. If I understand it correctly, this has some orchestra strings. I don't know if that's a different version or if there's another version of this song. I haven't heard it yet, but everything I've heard by Hua Chenyu has been amazing, so I'm really looking forward to this one as well. If you want to support me and my channel too, you can also request a song on my Buy Me a Coffee page, or you can check out my Patreon, where you can find some exclusive content. You can request songs monthly and some other things. The links are in the description if you're interested. Thank you very much. Before we start, please also leave a like, consider subscribing, and now let's just get into it. Ominous beginning. Okay. Nice. Cool mix between like theatrical strings and rock elements. I like it. Was that some kind of intro? love the atmosphere. that was very cool, very atmospheric, kind of dark, a little ominous, pretty dramatic and theatrical, with those great cinematic elements. It's once again, I would say, a pretty expressive performance that I would also definitely once again categorize as art pop, even though there isn't a lot going on. It's still very intense. For me, it kind of has this tragic sound, which might also be due to the theme or the lyrics in combination with the sound. I also really like the intro with those cinematic strings, those classical orchestra sounds, and then mixed with those rock sounds. I think that was very creative and actually very fitting to combine those two things. The second part, or the real song, so to say, is then pretty much only focusing on this atmosphere, also with those orchestral elements, with what was already also in the intro, I think, with the harp, and all in all, just those ambient textures that they create, which I think leads to a lot of tension within the song, while at the same time also leaving the spotlight on the vocals, on the performance of the vocals. I think this one is also concentrating less on, I don't know, creating a catchy melody or something, but it's about this atmospheric storytelling, pretty narrative driven, which he then also shows with his vocal delivery. He once again puts in a lot of emotion, a lot of soft, fragile tones, but also, like I said, pretty expressive and dynamic, especially with those switches into the falsetto, which, I don't know, in this context and with this tragic, melancholic sounds very painful, and it's almost a little like crying, if you know what I mean. It's very raw and authentic, while having this dramatic phrasing that obviously fits to the theatrical overall sound. I'd also say it's overall very unpredictable and just free flowing, if you can call it that way, with changing dynamics, but not through a groove or big build-ups or something, but through building this tension, then releasing it in those, like I said, more high notes. It definitely doesn't feel like a traditional pop song, and that's why I mentioned in the beginning that I feel like this is very art pop leaning, which makes it very unique and different. The atmosphere is almost so tense that it's I don't know the best word, maybe uncomfortable, but in a good way, if you know what I mean. It has a lot of depth, and like I've seen a couple of times by him now, this one also has a pretty creative concept overall, and that's also because of the lyrics that I think are pretty clearly inspired by the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And I'm not too familiar with this story, so please correct me if I say anything wrong. But I feel like he takes this story and probably also uses it as a metaphor. I'd say it definitely features those themes of loneliness, of isolation, the struggle with self-acceptance while feeling different in the eyes of other people or in the eyes of the society. And I think it shows the pain of feeling misunderstood and of this external judgment, which leads to this tragic, intense feelings, while at the same time trying to accept the the beauty inside someone, probably. But I also think he's not purely talking about all that in a negative way, but also kind of talking about finding peace and strength in the loneliness or the isolation, and making the best out of it, especially through maybe finding something you love. Maybe that's also a metaphor. While it's in the story, it's the bells. It's for him maybe his music that he can use to express himself, to have this creative outlet, to create this art and transform the pain and the suffering into something beautiful, or at least something comforting for himself. So I don't know, please let me know if he kind of compares himself with Quasimodo, using him as a metaphor for himself. Maybe he also feels like an outsider, feels misunderstood, feels lonely, but saying that being true to yourself and finding things you love is more important than fitting in or meet social expectations. So I could imagine that this contrast between pain but also strength that can be found in this situation is kind of the theme in here. I also think in the performance he also stayed like hunched over for at least most of the song. So also in the performance, kind of representing the story, I think that was a cool element as well. And I think overall he managed to tell this story in a great atmospheric way. He captured the ambience of the story, performed it authentically, and transported the tragic theme and topic of the lyrics into the sound very well. So thank you so much for this request. I enjoyed it a lot. Like I said, I think this is a very artistic performance. I love the vibe. I think it's pretty dark, theatrical and dramatic. It's focused a lot on the atmosphere. His delivery is very fitting for the mood that the instrumentation creates with those orchestral elements. It's almost slightly unsettling, but in a obviously deliberate and great way. I think there's a lot of tension, and he manages to deliver the pain, the vulnerability, the rawness in such a great way once again. Please let me know what other songs by him I should check out, or if you have any other artists you would like me to react to, please also let me know. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.